Hello everyone, my name is Dark and welcome back to another figure review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the BiCute Bunnies, plural, of Makima and Power from Chainsaw Man. So, these guys came out actually a while ago, so I finally have time to actually take a look at these. And honestly, I'm quite excited because these are quite affordable in terms of bunny figures. I love the BiCute Bunnies line. It's pretty freaking good, and I love it. It's been great so far. I don't remember if I did a video for one here, but if not, these will be the first two. So let's just get them out and see how they look. Alright, so here we have both Makima and Power, and I gotta say, they look pretty freaking good in my opinion. So I'm dropping things. In terms of accuracy for both of them, these are completely different outfits than their usual attire in the series for the actual manga and the anime. Depending on what you've seen more recently. But I gotta say, the faces look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I think the faces are pretty accurate to the source material pretty much. So I think in terms of accuracy, they're perfect because the only thing that we can go for is facial structure and that kind of stuff. So I have no issue with it. I think they both look pretty freaking good. Now, I do gotta say, like, the skin tone, in my opinion, is maybe a little bit too light, or I don't know, it might just be my lighting overall, but I wish they looked a little bit more, like, darker. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. But yeah, I think their proportions in terms of, like, their body proportions is pretty fine as well. I think they did make Makima a little bit bustier than what she may be. I have to recall myself pretty much. But overall, pretty good in terms of the accuracy. Now, I will say, sort of jumping into the quality section of the video, this might be quite quickly. I think the actual outfits for them fits them very well. They're very casino-like outfits, and I think that fits for the aesthetic of Chainsaw Man. If it was just like a sexy, cute bunny suit, that wouldn't really be so fitting, in my opinion, because the series is not necessarily that. Maybe if it was like Himeno or other female characters, maybe. But I think the casino aesthetic works really well. And even for the quality for these figures, it's really good. Even though they're $25, they're made by Furyu, so they know how to do their inexpensive figures very well. So I think they nailed it out of the park. And also just the paint job on the actual outfit, where it is on there, there's actual shading and highlights on both suits. For example, Makima has a blue hint to the black leather areas, or yeah, I would say it's leather, and also a slight shading of like very light purple, like very a hint of light purple, and I think it's very fitting. Same for Power. Power has a darker shading of red on her leather areas, for example, the boots and the actual shorts. I think that's really well done. Honestly, I have no issue with either of them in terms of quality. Maybe the hair could have used a little bit more shading, and even the skin itself as well. But the outfits make them pop out a lot more, so I have no issue with it. And where the paint job is, it's done very well. So again, no issue there. In terms of stability and that kind of stuff, they stand. They both have stands, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, something that was very interesting, especially starting to collect the BiCute bunny line, is that they actually use real stockings, or the real material for like stockings, and I'm actually quite surprised about that because not a lot of companies do that. They just kind of print it on the actual figure instead of just using the stocking or molded into the actual sculpt. So it's pretty nice to see that they're actually using the actual material to get that realistic look. Very reminiscent of Freeing and pretty much everything that we've seen with other bunny figures as well. So I really like that. But yeah, I think quality, they did a really good job for both of these. Now, I will say every now and then you'll probably have some warped pieces. For example, my Power's hand is not necessarily actually sitting on her knee/thigh, but that's just because of a little bit of warping in the sculpt and whatnot. So I have no issue with it. It still looks fine from afar. And then Makima also, like, grabbing her hair is not necessarily there, but her hand is a little bit further away. So it's no big deal. If you have an issue with it, you could probably heat it up and then mold it onto the actual, like, sculpt and everything. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to try fixing something that I don't think it's broken. Especially because of how good in terms of value these figures are, because both of these are $25. The BiCute Bunnies line is probably the most affordable bunny figure line that there is out there. So honestly, I'm pretty happy. Both of these are $25, costing me $50 total. Shipping for both of them were $4 because they came out in different months. Power came out in early August, I believe, and then Makima came out in early June over here in the States. I got both of these through Big Bad Toy Store, so shipping was pretty inexpensive and taxes were also pretty inexpensive. So overall, I'd say I paid a total of $60 for both of these. So I don't see any issue whatsoever, really. So yeah, kind of going towards my final thoughts for both of these figures. I think they're great, especially if you are a fan of Chainsaw Man and Bunny Girls as well. I think these are a great addition. I think the outfits fit perfectly with the aesthetic of the actual show, and both of them have their characteristics in terms of their poses. So their poses also are very reminiscent of the actual in-character adaptations, so I don't think there's any big issue with that. So yeah, overall, I think I'm going to give both of these, like, as an overall score, a 9 out of 10, because I think while there could be a little bit more out there in terms of, like, the paint job and everything, that's, like, the only thing that's sort of pushing me back from giving it a perfect 10 for both of these. I think everything else is perfect, especially for a statue-esque. And their height they're pretty tall. They're not small whatsoever. They're definitely bigger. They're like 12 inches each, which is something that I didn't really put into account. But no, they're like, Makima is like 11.5 inches and Power is 9.5. So realistically, they're pretty tall for their price as well, because a lot of figure lines, Bandai, make a bunch of figures that are very expensive and very small. So I have no issue with these. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed the video, just let me know. I would love to do more of these, especially if the reception for these types of videos is very good. The Lukoa video did great in terms of my expectations as well. So do be on the lookout for more bunny figures later down the line. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.